Welcome back to the Ferris Sports Update. Joined now by Ferris State men's basketball starting center, Zach Hankins. Thanks for joining me.
Happy to be here.
Now, it was the most wins in program history this season, and that had to feel pretty good. I know the ending wasn't exactly what you wanted, but when you look back at this season, what are you going to remember most?
I'm going to remember just having fun with my teammates out there. When you get on a big run, and just be a ton of energy on the court. Yeah.
Lots of long winning streaks as well this season. What do you think contributed most to that? I know you guys scored a ton of points a lot during the season.
You know, I'm not sure. We were just out there playing basketball together, and when you have a core group that just gets along that well, it just kind of ends up working out.
Now, the last few years, Jared Stoliker had been the big man in the middle for you guys, and what kind of things did you learn from him before you came into the starting role?
You know, I played against him my redshirt freshman year and then my freshman year, and just having another person that big out there pushing you and competing against you that hard, I mean, it just makes you better, makes you learn when to shot fake, when to move, how to move, and it definitely helped me out a lot with my game.
Certainly seemed like the competitiveness helped, being that you become the first sophomore in school history to become an All-American and GLIAC Player of the Year. What do those honors mean to you on an individual level?
It means a ton, but it definitely shows how good of a team we are. You know, our coach is always saying like individual awards are team awards, and that's really true. I couldn't be where I'm at or getting those things without my team. But definitely caught me by surprise. But I'm very honored to have those.
Now, when you look back at your numbers from this season, a ton of blocked shots, and the art of blocking shots is not an easy one. A lot of timing goes into it, and to make sure you're not goaltending. What kinds of things did you work on maybe in the off season to put you in a position where you became the best shot blocker in the nation at this level?
You know, it was really just competing against the guys in the open gym. I would always make it a goal to block them. You know, it's pretty fun when you end up getting a bunch of blocks against your friends and your teammates. So I just ended up trying to do that a lot and kind of learned along the way.
Now, as you got it back into the NCAA tournament, this is your first time as a starter in the NCAA tournament. You ran into a tough Findlay team, but that first game you guys had to come from behind to win it. You'd had to do that a little bit of late in the season. How much did your late postseason work in the GLIAC tournament help with your NCAA tournament experience?
It definitely helps out a lot when you realize like it's win or go home. So we had the GLIAC tournament, and it's just, I mean, it takes it to a whole nother level, and have that another level, you can kind of use that to calm yourself down and just play how you know how to play.
You had a game-winning bucket in the GLIAC tournament as well, and they came back down the floor and tried at the half-court shot, made it a little bit close, but how cool was that to come away with that game-winning bucket?
It was pretty awesome. I actually didn't even see the basket when I went up for it, but I was pretty excited to see it go in, and then I got a little bit scared watching that half-court shot almost make it in, but it was definitely fun.
Now, well, you guys had scored over 100 points 5 times this season. You went into the GLIAC tournament, a team that a year before had lost 5 games in a row going into the GLIAC tournament. This year you went in with some confidence, but you played a bunch of close, tight games, maybe games you might not have been totally used to. How much did that help your team grow?
You know, it's every experience you can grow with your team, and past couple of years we've gone into the tournament with a little bit of a losing streak, and we didn't want to do that this year, so we just kind of made a conscious choice, like we're gonna bring it up another level.
Now, you return next year with Ferris State men's basketball, and graduate Quentin Ruff, who was a great senior, hit a lot of three-point shots, and you know, just I think we can all agree, just a real class guy. But you got to be pretty excited about the group you bring back next year.
Definitely excited. Definitely excited. We got, I mean, everybody coming back, and then adding Deshaun Thrower, our D1 transfer, and he's, I mean, just a absolute freak of nature athletically, but also has a lot of skill, and he's going to be adding a lot to the game. And just having this year of experience, having this amount of success, is definitely going to be a factor next year.
Andy Brockma, a fellow taller gentleman, is he somebody that really had a hand in your development as a big man?
Yeah. First off, he took a huge chance on me, getting me a scholarship out of high school off of an injury, and then put a lot of work my redshirt year and my freshman year, just trying to have me develop me as a player. And so yeah, he definitely took a big part in that.
When you go into the off season, I know the regular season for next year is still a ways away. I know today you said you were already up and working out with the team bright and early, but when you look at this off season, what kind of goals have you set for yourself? What kind of goals has your team set for themselves?
Team goals, we want to hit the weight room harder to get bigger and stronger. Every summer we come back more skilled, but we want to be all around better with our goals. 3-point percentage, definitely, we lost a big shooter, and so we need to bring that up a little ways. And personally, I just want to expand my game a little bit, be more dominant in the post, but then also have a little bit of a touch outside and get some shooting in there.
Now you've got not a ton of big men to work out with in terms of practicing. Cole Walker was the guy that factored in. Andrew Meacham was the guy that factored in a little bit off the bench as well. What kinds of things, when you mentor a kid like Cole Walker, who's going to be a big part of this program for years to come, what kind of things can you pass on to him? Just
little tricks here and there of being down on the post with a lot of pressure on you. I mean, once you catch it inside, all the attention is on you. So just little tricks here and there about how to avoid defenders swiping in at you, or a shot fake here and there, and some footwork, but just little things.
Some cool moments, especially getting to experience them at home this year at Wink Arena. You won the GLIAC regular season championship outright at home, and then you came back and won the GLIAC tournament at home in front of your own crowd. And a cool moment, especially at the end of that GLIAC championship game, when everybody that was kind of in the crowd, Bronx, inviting him into the picture and stuff. How cool were those two moments singularly?
It was, really great. I love seeing Wink packed. It's just awesome, and there's so much energy there and so much support from the community and the college. So, it's a great experience to have.
Now, even though you guys went down to Findlay in the NCAA tournament this time, when you look back, now you've got 2 NCAA tournaments under your belt. For you especially, some other guys have played more. But when you look at that going into next year, how is it going to shape the strength of your team? Is that going to make you guys a stronger and a tougher team?
Yeah, absolutely. And because we're returning almost everybody, we all went through that experience together. Coming back against a team in the first game and then losing to the team that we feel we should have beat. So just having that experience together is definitely going to make us a lot more focused and understand what kind of level we need to play at.
When you look at season-ending losses, do those add a little bit, especially when it was a conference foe? Does that add a little bit of motivation when you go into the offseason?
Yeah, absolutely. In the past 3 years, we've lost to GLIAC teams, so a lot of motivation to prove that we are the best team in the GLIAC.
If you look back, is there any one single memory from on-court that you can think of that really just stands out as a great moment for you this year?
I would have to say the game-winning alley-oop at the GLIAC tournament. That was just a really, really great connection from me and my point guard.
Zach, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.
With that, we'll take a break, bring it back with Ferris State graduate and alum of Ferris State hockey, Chad McDonald.